clarity, confidence, and courage. So often we think we need all three before starting, before deciding, before taking the leap, before moving, before starting the business. But in my experience, you only need one. Because if you think about it, and the one you need has the word, I'm going to give you a hint, has the word heart in it. Because so often, and so many women I know and I work with, and myself included, we tend to think, okay, let me gain more information, let me research more, let me get more ready before you have that presentation, before you launch your offer, before you do this big thing that is outside of your current area of comfort. Like, let's call it area of comfort, right? And in reality, if we think about it, reverse engineer the confidence in every area of life, in every situation. The confidence that you gained came through building competence, came through taking action, came through collecting evidence. And how can you have evidence of something you haven't created yet, of something you haven't tried yet? You don't. So confidence is built. Same goes for clarity. Sometimes, absolutely, you can be crystal clear before you even start, but you can only control so much. There's many other aspects, universe, reality, life that plays a role in your plan. So you cannot control your plan. You cannot be certain everything will go exactly according to your plan, but you can be certain of yourself, that for sure, and that nobody can take that away. But also the clarity and the certainty, those are built as you go. It's a process. As we grow, as we expand our capacity, as we tap and access more of our potential, and we start to see, okay, I can do this, I can create this, this worked out, this didn't. You start to have that proof. You start to have that solid foundation that allows you to make solid steps forward, solid decisions. But courage, I think, is not something, yes, of course, your capacity to access your courage and to be more courageous, more brave, also builds as you go. But it's something you are born with. I think courage is innate. And it's not something we access. I think it's something that so often is untapped because of history, because of childhood experiences, because of traumatic experiences, because of conditioning, etc., etc., etc. So that is something that I think that is the work, because courage is what is often the only thing that separates you from being where you actually want to be and being the person, the woman you actually want to be, is just a leap of courage away. And what we think often is, oh, let me just get more clear before I start, before I go, before I choose. It's just giving yourself permission to do it, to choose, to follow what you know, to follow your gut, what your hunch, what your inner wisdom, what your body, what your desire, what your calling is telling you. I think courage is it's been such a big lesson for me. And I invite you to do this exercise today. Make a list. It could be mentally better if it's written, better if it's in your journal, like tangible, because we are very good at forgetting these things. Make a list of all the times you have been courageous in your life. It doesn't matter how big or small the step, the decision, the move. All the times that come to mind that you have been courageous and that and how what brought forward, what created for you, what helped you create. And did you become more clear by taking action? And did you become more confident by staying in the game, by keep building, keep showing up? And one thing about courage is that it's not just required to start, to begin. It's also essential when you are in the process and there's no evidence yet. Because especially when you're building, when you're a visionary, when you're building something that is completely new, something that you never built before, something when you're stepping into moving to a new country, like a new career path, building a business from zero where when you've always been an employee, when you're building something completely new, it will take a while for reality to catch up to your potential, also for income to catch up to your capacity, even if you're highly capable. So that requires a level of trust and of courage to keep going, trusting in your capacity, trusting in your ability that it will work out, that you have the ability, that you are building. And often when we are building, think of it like a little seedling. Before it can bear fruit, it will take a while. You're nurturing, you're tending. So courage to keep going even when you have no evidence that it's going to work out. Courage to keep building even when there are failures along the way, and not let failure steer you away from your calling, from your path, if you know you're meant for that life. Encourage to stay the course even when the results are not there yet, even when they're invisible, but they are underground still. It's going to take some time. So I think one of the most untapped, underestimated gifts we have already to actually start building the life you want, the business you want, take that leap, is accessing that courage. And as I said, courage, the root of the word courage is core, which is heart. It means heart. Your heart, what is calling you forward? The courage to trust your heart, the courage to go with what you know, even when everybody calls you responsible, even when it's not the logical choice, even when it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to you. It is very important that you trust your heart. I hope this found you at the moment you needed to hear this reminder. And if you don't know, I'm Marina, and I'm here to remind you that, yeah, the life you desire is just one leap of courage away. And if you need support in building that life and creating that life and taking the leap, check out the description box for more resources to dive deeper together. I will see you in the next video.